Hello, and thank you for watching 1851 Franchise's Top Franchise Brokers of 2023. I'm Jeff Dwyer, and today I'm joined by Maria Rogers of FranMent. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us today, Maria.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So, Maria, I'd really love to just dive right into the questions and get your insight on some of these topics.
Okay.
So, just for starters, can you tell me what makes you successful as a franchise broker?
Well, probably the history that I have as a business owner, starting businesses from my own, and then understanding the value of that, as well as owning business opportunities. So understanding what that looks like, and then also owning franchises. I was a multi-unit franchisee with an emerging brand, and was a top franchisee for 4 years in a row. And so I think all of that combined, and then selling some of my businesses as well, understanding what that looks like, it's really made me, I think, have that perspective on a lot of angles, and the business side of it, but also what it feels like to be a business owner and to buy a franchise. So I think that really gives me a lot of value, and a lot of value add to my clients, just knowing that I've walked in those shoes.
Absolutely. And I was going to mention, I'm glad you brought it up, the fact that you were a franchise owner yourself, it adds that other element of ownership, right? You can relate to people who want to become franchise owners. You have that experience. You've seen both sides of the store. You've seen both angles. Tell me, since you have such a hands-on experience, what advice would you have for people who may want to become franchise owners?
Well, number one is work with a broker. Some people have trust issues, and I get that. Find the right broker, because that's important. Somebody that's truly going to educate you and be there with you throughout the process. And, how I always tell my clients, I'm here to help you make an informed decision, and, provide resources, education, support. So I think that's important. I didn't even know that someone like me existed when I bought a franchise, and I wish I had, because I had to, walk that path alone. And so it's a huge value. And sometimes people will go down the path of just maybe liking a particular brand, or let's just put it this way, they like a particular sub, and they feel like that is the franchise they need to purchase. And that's not true. There are so many opportunities out there, and it's really important to make sure that it is a good fit. And someone like myself, who uses a scientific approach and really, really understands the why, then I can really kind of unravel this and funnel it to what's a good fit for them. And so that's important. So I think, using a consultant, a broker, is key to that. And not making emotional decisions. I was in the fitness industry, and was a validator, obviously, because I was a top franchisee, and I would have folks that would call me, and they lost 40 pounds, and they're so excited about this franchise. And I would tell them then, just because you have the money and you're excited about this does not mean that this is a good fit for you. So make sure it is the right fit, because my success is not necessarily going to equate to your success if it's not the right fit.
Well said. And I think just having a broker to help, navigate that process is just so extremely helpful, especially because there's a lot of elements, as you mentioned, and it can be overwhelming, and it's an emotional experience. So having someone there who understands and knows, and it has the knowledge, again, as someone who was a franchise themselves, having someone like you on their side is extremely valuable, right? With your experience, I'm sure you've seen, dozens upon dozens of clients, and you've helped so many people, but can you tell me, what does winning look like for you?
Well, and that's going to be different for everyone. Let's just face it, right? Winning for some people is, how much money is in the bank, and winning for some people is how much time they have to spend with their family. For me, personally, it's both. So I like both of those. But no, winning to me is that, but really it's helping people to find the path that is right for them. Whenever I work with a client and they've actually, got excited about a brand and they're moving towards that, and they've made that decision, then, and if I was able to be part of that, I think that's also a win. So on a business level, that certainly is a win for me. On a personal level, I love the freedom and the time that I have to go spend with my grandbaby, as I shared with you. My flying out tomorrow to California to go see him, and so that to me is winning, certainly, to be able to do those things.
Excellent. Well, again, I'd like to say congratulations again on the grandbaby. That is huge. So tell me, when you're helping franchisors, what advice would you have for them if they would want to, say, award new franchisees or more franchisees?
Well, if they want to award more franchisees, work with consultants and brokers. Some franchises don't, and that's they've got their reasons for that. Some don't have to, but some don't because they don't want to pay the commission, or they don't want somebody to interfere. And what they don't realize is that we're really working hard to educate and make sure we're bringing qualified candidates and sending them through funding, and really just talking about what it means to be a franchisee as well, and to be awarded a franchise. So, I think that's important for the ones that don't work with brokers. The ones that do work with brokers, really nurture that relationship, and communication is key. I don't want to. I don't want to have to chase down the franchisor for information. I don't think that's necessary. I think a simple email or a copy on an email it goes a long way. It really does. And don't wait till there's a problem or an issue, right? I mean, there's no need to do that. Let's start from the beginning with the communication. I'm probably an over communicator, but I like to know, where my client is in the process, how things are going, how I can help. And, once again, let's not wait till the very end to get to that point.
In order for you to be able to really help and make an informed decision, you need to be a part of that process, right? You need to know what's happening in every step of the equation. Tell me, how can franchisors better communicate with you?
Well, I mean, a text, an email, that's when my candidates, certainly in the process. Now, some franchisors will even pick up the phone and give me a call if I've done territory checks. I think that's great. I really do. Because if I haven't, done that formal registration and really put a client in front of somebody, but they've seen those territory checks, I probably need some help on presenting their brand, right? I may not understand how to present that brand as well as I should. So I love it when those franchisors call me and say, hey, how can I help you better understand and give you some tools and resources, videos. I love that. I love a candidate facing 2 or 3 minute video for my clients that I can present. What a huge value add, because they can tell a story in 3 minutes better than I can, telling them from, a 2-minute drill, right? I mean, so those things are very helpful. But then just, again, communicating in any way, shape, or form, email, text, call, throughout the process.
Excellent. I think that's so insightful and well said. And it makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't really think about it if from the outside looking in, it's hard to understand that there are things that the franchisor can provide that as a broker you may not be 100% aware
Mhm.
of or completely aware of.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and if you want to award more franchisees, going back to that question, you really should provide the broker with everything they need to represent your brand.
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes I will see, in my resources, a lot of consultant facing information, but I would like more candidate facing, things that may not have some numbers that can't be displayed, or, margins and things like that. And that way, I can present that to the candidate. It's more colorful. It's just, it's a lot better than just a white sheet of words. Right. And so, those things are very helpful, and I do love the candidate facing short videos. So if there's somebody that has something like that on, out there, and sometimes I'll just email them, do you have a candidate facing short video or a slide deck?
Something to help make the decision a little bit easier or more informed, again, as we mentioned.
Exactly. Yep. Just the information to be more clear. Mm-hmm.
Well, Maria, that is all the time we had. Thank you very much for your time
Yeah.
today. That was extremely insightful. I've loved getting to chat with you. Again, I want to say congratulations on your
Thank
nomination
you.
and congratulations on your grandbaby. And I hope
Yeah.
a safe flight to California.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me.
Thank you so much for your time.
Mhm.